Every day y'all see new videos on YouTube about how to make money on Depop, but majority of those videos either regurgitate the same information over and over, or they just give you methods that are already fizzled out and nobody uses anymore. Well, this video ain't that. So get a pen and some paper because I'm about to teach y'all how to actually make some money reselling on Depop. This method, to my knowledge, is completely unsaturated, and it's an untapped market that can net you up to $2,000 per week if you know how to do this right. And don't worry about having to buy any vendors or anything like that. All the products that I use and I'm going to talk about in this video are going to be linked down in some free spreadsheets below that y'all can use. It's going to be DHGATE spreadsheets and it's going to be CNFan spreadsheets, so y'all can pick your poison on which one you like, and if you want to deal with warehousing or agents, it doesn't really matter. Now, y'all may have seen my last video where I talked about how to make money on Depop dropshipping. Well, unfortunately for y'all, if y'all want to make some bread with this method, y'all are going to have to be hands-on. But then again, y'all would have been dumbasses to think y'all can make 2K a week really just sitting on your ass for real. Don't ever let any guru or YouTuber tell you that you can make money with your feet kicked up in the air and that AI is just going to print that shit for you. Most of the time, that's just going to be highly unlikely and it's probably not going to succeed. But y'all don't got to worry. This isn't going to be like a 9 to 5 or anything. Max you're going to need is around an hour to 2 hours a day of your time when it comes to listing these products and then actually shipping these products out. So now, enough of that. I'm going to stop yapping and actually tell y'all how to make 2K a week off Depop. First things first, we got to understand our demographic and what our business model is going to be. Now, for literally anyone who sleeps under a rock, Depop is essentially the Gen Z eBay. Depop allows for teenagers and young adults to doom scroll for clothing that they want to get but they can't afford at retail. So where do we come into play? Just like in the last Depop video, how I told you guys you want to stick to trends that are popular and clothing that attract a specific audience. Well, the demographic that we'll be focused on today is going to be, once again, women. But we won't be doing high-end designer, as AI on Depop always flags products like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, and so forth. What we're going to do instead is focus on low-tier to mid-tier fashion and luxury products. These brands are going to consist of items like Coach, Lululemon, Alo Yoga, Juicy Couture, Aritzia, and other brands like Uggs and so forth. Now, y'all are probably thinking, how the fuck is this unsaturated? What makes these products unsaturated is because they don't fit the normal standard of what's being resold right now. Many times when you see people talk about items to resell, they're talking about cologne, spider, denim tiers, and mostly men-related products. However, with these products, the demand is high, but the resellers that are reselling it are low. Because of that, it creates an untapped market for us, which we can in turn make crazy profit off of. So Eden, how do we go about this? Well, it's literally as simple as this. All you're going to do is go through the spreadsheets I have listed below. Find the products that you're looking for. It can be Lulu, it can be Ugg shoes, it can be Juicy Couture sets, it can be Alo Yoga sets. It doesn't matter. Just anything that fits the demographic of what we're trying to look for, which we're appealing to women's clothing. You are then going to order your clothing and wait for them to arrive. The reason why I say we have to wait for them to arrive instead of doing the drop shipping method, which I talked about in the last video, is because of the fact that Depop has been initiating a new policy where you are required to ship with Depop shipping label. Unless your account is 2 years or older, you won't be able to use your own shipping label, so you can't get no shipping label from DHGATE or CNFans and print it onto your Depop. And previously, beforehand, you used to be able to just do that and you would be able to let it sit for 2 weeks, and after the 2 weeks you would be paid out regardless, as long as your customer didn't file a dispute. That is no longer the case. If they do not receive any tracking in 2 weeks, Depop has the ability to refund the buyer and let them keep the item, which is something we don't need. So boom, you now have your items. How are you going to list them? Well, it's pretty straightforward. You're just going to list them how you list everything else, whether that's on Facebook, OfferUp, Depop, eBay. Make sure you have a clear background with good photos, show your tags, show the logo of the product, and make sure everything's straight. If anything doesn't look right, don't include it. Okay, so now that we have our items listed, what you're going to do is you're going to go into your account, you're going to go to your account settings, make sure you go to your shop, and you're going to boost your shop. The reason why boosting your shop is so important is because even though you're going to get hit with a boosted shop fee, which is probably going to only be like $2 to $3, your engagement that you're going to get throughout the whole Depop app is going to be way more than if you just list it by yourself. Now, on top of doing all these things, you guys should also be making sure that you're following accounts within the same niche as you, whether that's people that are also selling luxury items or mid-tier luxury items or yoga, whatever it is, athletic wear. Make sure you're following the right gender as well. If you're going to be appealing to women, you should be following women's accounts. You should be following women that are buying clothing similar to what you're listing and so forth. Now, the best way I do this is I just literally go into the search bar, I type in Lululemon or Alo Yoga. I look for people that have a shit ton of likes on their listings. I click on that account, boom. If they have like, let's say 2,000 followers, I scroll through their following list and I just follow as many people as I can before Depop puts me on cooldown. Now, if y'all do that for a week, y'all are going to get at least 500 to 600 followers by that time period. If you do at least one mass following a day, every day for a week, you will hit that count. Trust and believe. So now that we've built our Depop up and we have followers and we're starting to see a little bit of motion on the account, how do we scale this into something thing that's making us 2K a week is honestly very simple. The biggest mistake that people do when they sell on Depop or they sell when it comes to reselling is they buy bulk of one item and solely that item. We do not want to do this. It may sound counterintuitive because you want to find that one winning product and you want to sell only that, but that's not how it works on Depop. There's a specific algorithm that you got to beat in order to get your shit at the top of the list. And the best way to beat that algorithm is going to be by listing consistently. Now, how often do you have to list? I would recommend listing 1 to 2 times per day. Every time you list, it refreshes the algorithm and notifies Depop that you're a real seller who's still active in the community and you're still selling. A lot of people just list and they just leave their shit on the platform and then their account dies off because it's not being promoted. That's why a lot of these Depop sellers, they tell you after a week, if you don't get a sale, you should delete your post and you should relist it in order to re-engage with Depop system. Now you may be thinking, but Eden, I have these aloe yoga sets and these Lululemons in my Coach bag on here and they all have 99 plus likes and 20k views on Depop. Why would I delete them? Because bro, even if you have all that traction, all that awareness, all that push and engagement to your product, guarantee you bro, you could get 5 likes on an item and it would sell quicker than a bag that has 99. I've had it happen to me multiple times. Same thing happens with clothing too. You could literally have 1 like and someone buy that item. So it really doesn't matter. The likes aren't everything. Don't be scared to delete and relist your items. And just like everything else, the real method, the scalability is going to be being able to promote your brand and your store via social media. The easiest way you could do this is by simply just growing your Depop. Let's say you get to 50, 100 sales. Once that target goal is then met, what I would do is after every sale that I acquire on Depop, I would use that sale and put like a little business card in there. A lot of people do this and it's a great way to gain followers or to gain returning customers. Another way would quite simply be making an Instagram, making a Facebook, whatever, TikTok, whatever, and just promoting your Depop brand on there. Being like, oh, look at the haul that came in from my Depop store today. Here's this, here's that. Post on Reels, post on TikTok, post on YouTube Shorts. You don't have to put your face in this content. I know a lot of people are scared to make content because they think, oh, it's going to come out bad. Oh, I got to put my face in there. There's so many faceless content creators that are making a shit ton of money because they just know how to work the camera. If you learn how to work the camera, take a week to learn how to get good angles, good lighting, find something. If you got the money, invest in some Ray-Ban Meta glasses and just record yourself doing unboxings. Be like, oh, this is for my Depop brand. Look at the new set of Lululemons that we got in for my Depop. Make sure y'all check it out, yada, yada, yada. And boom, just like that, you're building yourself a marketable brand that you can use to scale and scale and scale until you start making 10K a month, 20K a month, and so forth. Remember, just because anything is on one app doesn't mean it has to stay on that one app. That's how most of these resellers make their profit. A lot of people think it's just vendor links. No, the scalability in social media is big, so take advantage of it and don't laze around waiting for opportunities to come towards you. You can make these opportunities yourself just by studying how everything works, reading SEOs, learning analytics, and so forth. Remember, it's never too late to lock in and it's never too late to chase that bag. Don't let your dreams be held back by your scared inability to take risks. It's 2025. There's too many lucrative ways to make money online. Don't be a sheep, be a wolf, and stand out from the pack.